Deep space, a universe full of treasures and dangers, allies and nemesis. On a routine expedition into deep space, your vessel, along with several others, has come across the most feared force in the galaxy. Dramatic pause. A black hole! Fight for your life as you struggle away from the all-consuming void, or else you'll be space dust. Use upgrades to fix your ship and keep your distance from the black hole while sabotaging your enemies to push them closer. Oh, and don't forget about your nemesis. You'll especially want to take care of them. The closer you get to the black hole, the more treacherous the game becomes. Roll low to stay high. Be the most daring space pilot in the galaxy in Planet Panic! To begin your fight for survival, place each player's ship on the starting space. Now this game comes with 2 decks, an action deck and a resource deck. But don't you touch that resource deck just yet, Space Cadet. Each player needs 5 action cards from the action deck. You must have 5 action cards in your hand at all times. Do you have less than 5 cards? Draw one. You got more than 5 cards? You better toss that like a spoiled Scarlaxian Jumba fruit. Now look at the player to your right. Pretty good looking fella, right? Well, they're now your nemesis. There's powerful action cards that can only affect your nemesis. If something unfortunate were to happen to your nemesis, then the next player to your right becomes your new nemesis. Once the cards are dealt and mortal enemies are found, the game can start. To figure out which victim, Lucky Joe, goes first, roll the dice. The person with the highest number goes first. The other cadets will take their turns counterclockwise along the spiral. Now, Space Explorers, each of your turns will have 3 phases. A move phase, a play phase, and a draw phase. Planet Panic comes with a proprietary move system designed and manufactured by the greatest minds of all the Parclesia galaxy. Roll the dice and move your ship. As you careen towards your doom, you may land on a space that another player occupies. If you do, then you bump that player's ship forward. Rather rude of you, if I'm being honest. But all is fair in love and cosmic singularities. If you strategize, you can bump your fellow cadets in a chain, sending them toppling like dominoes. Hold up there, Space Explorer. You've just landed on a planet space. If your ship lands on a planet, regardless of whether or not it is your turn, you can draw a resource card. These are placed face up on the board in front of you so that your fellow space cadets can see it. Resource cards are fairly nifty, but read that description closely. The effect they have is even greater if you can find a pair. During the play phase of your turn, you may play 1 card or a set of cards. Now, an upstanding citizen of the cosmos like you could play an upgrade card to move your ship away from our friendly neighborhood black hole. But, if you're feeling a little frisky, you could always play sabotage to keep your fellow cadets in line. The makers of Planet Panic are not responsible for broken friendships, strange rashes, alien invasions, property damage, or any intergalactic bounties incurred. You also have Nemesis cards. Is your dastardly foe always keeping you down? Is the universe not big enough for the 2 of you? Well, you're in luck, Cadet. Nemesis cards can only be played against your nemesis. But watch out! Your mortal enemy can be quite crafty. There's always more than one way to turn the tides in their favor. But if playing an action card is old hat, you could play a resource card instead. Remember, the resource cards already do some neato things, but if a plucky explorer such as yourself can find 2 matching cards and play them at once, the effect can be astronomical. But hold your Travaxian space horses, my eager young cadet. You can only have 5 resource cards max at a time, much like your action card hand. Ooh, that's got us smart. Better luck next time! After you've played your card and hurled your insults, draw cards until your hand reaches 5. Remember, you have to keep 5 cards in your hands at all times. Any more and the Galactican forces might start taxing us. Your turn ends and the next player's turn begins. Let's hope they aren't holding any grudges, eh? Gadzooks. Sorry, Cadet. Looks like your space exploring days are just about done. When a player enters a black hole, they can choose to play a final card to help them escape. If they're still in a black hole by the end of their turn, then kablooey, they're out. The last space explorer standing is deemed the winner. Will you be the last one standing or the first to be sucked into the ever-expanding void of the black hole? Find out in Planet Panic.